Hi y'all, thought I might do a review of my new shotgun. It's a Beretta Silver Pigeon S, but before we get into the review proper, I think we should just check that it's safe, as we should do with every gun that we pick up, even if you just take it out of your own cabinet. I'm afraid, as usual, I'm filming it from a webcam, because I don't have a camera, so it's going to be a little bit laggy, but I think the quality is going to be fine. Now with the shotgun, it's pretty easy to check that it's safe. See the top lever there? You just push that to the right and the barrels will drop open, and as you can see, there's nothing in there, so we're quite safe to carry on. If there was, you'd obviously have to unload and give yourself a ticking off for leaving anything in there, because you'd be a dumbass to do that. I think we'll start with the action. This, I think, has what Beretta call their nickel finish. Looks pretty shiny to me. Hence probably Silver Pigeon, would be my guess. I'm not sure, I don't think you have to oil this. It's kind of handy because it means you don't have to get any oil anywhere near the stock. That's definitely a good thing with regards to oil seeping into the stock, because if it does, what can happen is the wood can get soft, and over a period of time, the gun recoiling, it will end up cracking something around there, which will eventually break off. Safety. It's an automatic safety, which is great because I love, most of my shooting is sort of pigeons and rabbits and whatnot. So I'm walking around and I always want my automatic safety. It just becomes second nature just to click it off when you shoot. As you can see, it's got the barrel selector on there. That at the moment is bottom barrel first. That is top barrel first. I always leave it on top barrel, purely because when you open the gun, what can sometimes happen, as it is here, is the bottom barrel doesn't completely clear the top of the receiver, and that obviously becomes a problem when you try and load something in there. You see it doesn't want to go in, or now it's fine, or if you just shut it up slightly, because it will tend to do that, you can't get that cartridge out. That's why I always have top barrel go first. So if I only shoot the one shot, I can quickly just stuff that in there. It means there's a lot more space to get my hand in there to put a cartridge in. As you see, it's got the ejectors on there. Those holes you can see in the barrel shoulders, there are two conical locking pins that come out from the receiver. You can see one just there. They engage in these two either side of the barrel, and that provides the lockup. That allows for quite a low profile, because you don't have any locking mechanism underneath the gun like you may do. Oh, you definitely have with a side by side, but that's because the barrels are next to each other. It can be lower anyway. Again, this is a little bit heavier than a side by side. I deliberately didn't buy a clay gun because I didn't want the weight. This one, I don't know, is a shade over £7, I think. Again, with the safety, they designed it so it fits in well with the top strap there, but I really wish that the bottom of the safety was a bit more rounded, or would ramp down slightly, because you can see there's a slight little ups down there. That really kind of becomes a problem when I am taking it off, taking the safety off, putting it back on, taking it off, putting it back on. The back of that safety starts digging into the bottom of your thumb there, and after a while it does get quite uncomfortable. It may not be so bad with gloves on, but when it's hot and it's in the summer, you don't want to be wearing gloves, and it does does hurt after a while. That's the only thing I wish they might address. But they've sold countless number of these without really any complaints, so I doubt really they're going to change it. The stock, I'm pretty pleased with the stock. You know, this is the Beretta. This is their base model, and it's got pretty good wood for a base model, I think. It's, you know, it's nothing fancy, but it's straight. It's quite, you know, it's good colour. I don't know why this isn't focusing today. It's really kind of annoying. But there we are. The checkering on here is great as well. Admittedly, yes, it's laser cut, but it's really grippy. Not so much of an issue perhaps on the pistol grip, but on the forend here, it's a real boon, especially when you're standing, you know, in a hedge or whatever, and you're on your hide, waiting for the pigeons, and you just got it propped up against a tree or something like that. It does give you that little bit of extra grip to you know, pick the gun up and throw it to your shoulder, because otherwise you may, you know, your hand may slip off and you may just drop it. With the